Assassination attempt on the former president that took place last night.
Josh Einiger in Butler, Pennsylvania, where the situation happened, and he's been there all night. Josh, tell us what it's like on the ground now this morning. What are you seeing in here?
Well, Anthony and Sydney, good morning. As the sun rises, it's sort of hard to really show you the picture of how small and remote this community is. We're north of Pittsburgh in a rural farming community that is waking up basically under lockdown this morning as federal agents crawl over every inch of the fairground that devolved yesterday into chaos and the attempted assassination of a former president of the United States.
The world will see a vibrant Republican Party.
Donald Trump was just minutes into his speech before tens of thousands in this rural Pennsylvania fairground went through the cheers of his followers. Came the popping of gunfire. The former president grabbed at his right ear, then dove to the ground as a swarm of Secret Service agents scrambled to cover him.
And we heard pound, pound, pop, pop, pop. In everybody's mind, it was like 4th of July. Somebody must have been still doing firecrackers.
A few endless moments later, as panic rippled through the crowd, the agents brought Trump to his feet. Blood now trickling down his face, he raised his fist and mouthed the word, "Fight," as his detail rushed him off the stage to the safety of an armored SUV.
We got down, and we huddled, and we started praying.
The FBI has identified the shooter as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, about an hour away. Officials say he perched himself with an AR-style rifle on a roof about 400 feet from the stage where Trump was speaking, and he fired at least 8 rounds before Secret Service counter-snipers returned fire and killed him.
We do not currently have an identified motive, although our investigators are working tirelessly to attempt to identify what that motive was.
I saw the man that was hit in the head, and there was a lot of blood, and I knew there was no way he was going to survive that.
A man in the crowd was killed, 2 others critically injured. Trump was grazed in the ear. "I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear," he later posted. "I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place," he added, "so I realized then what was happening." After receiving treatment at a local hospital late last night, Trump arrived at Newark Airport, walking down the stairs from his jet on his own power. His motorcade then whisked him to his golf club in Bedminster. President Biden returned to the White House and spoke by phone with the former president. The Biden campaign has pulled all political advertising after the assassination attempt on his rival.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this.
The biggest question right now, of course, is why? Why did this shooter choose to attempt to assassinate Donald Trump? Voter rolls here in Pennsylvania say he was registered as a Republican. The investigation, of course, into all of this continues this morning. Also unclear how this happened, how the Secret Service managed to allow him to slip through their very tight security. The director of the Secret Service has already been called to testify on Capitol Hill about this failure.